How do you harvest, prepare, and dry peppermint? Well, you're in luck, my friend, because in this video, I'm going to show you exactly that. Come on, let's go to the garden. As you can see, I just started trimming the peppermint from this huge pot right here, and I'll continue trimming it all the way till they're all just trimmed down. So what I do is I just kind of bunch them up together and trim towards the bottom. And then what I'll do with this is I'll rinse them all in a bucket, and then I'll lay them out to dry. And then after, I would say maybe about 2 weeks or so, I'll strip off the leaves and then I'll use it to make tea. Or what you can do also is you can use the fresh leaf and then you can just soak it in like a favorite type of juice. If you like certain juices or even other teas, you can just soak the fresh leaves in like a mason jar and just let them sit for like, you know, maybe 2 or 3 days, and then the peppermint flavor will be in the desired type of liquid you want to put it in. Pretty good. That's good. That's good. So, as you can see, this is a pretty good amount actually for me. This is a good amount. Perfect. And then once it dries, of course it'll be, you know, like maybe a quarter of this bowl filled up once it's dried, you know, and that's quite a bit for me. It'll last me quite a while. I can make tea for at least a couple batches of tea, maybe 2 or 3 big batches of tea. So once we're done harvesting the peppermint, now it's the rinsing stage, and what I'll do is I'll load them up in a bucket. Basically, I just toss the whole thing in a bucket, and I'll wash them out, and once I rinse them out, I'll throw them in a salad spinner after to get off all the water. So this bucket is food quality, and I only use it for washing herbs and produce and fruits and stuff. And here I'm putting in about 2 gallons of water, and my mic was off during this time that I was filming, so as you rinse these mint leaves, you got to be quite careful actually, because they're a little fragile and you don't want to bruise them. So try not to smash them too hard, but just kind of rinsing them lightly works well. And at this point, The fragrance of the peppermint, it was so strong that my entire kitchen smelled like peppermint. It was beautiful. So as you wash it and turn it a few times, that's probably good right there. And then next, what I did was pour out the water, and then I just started placing the peppermint into the salad spinner to remove any excess water. And at this point, if you have a salad spinner, these come in handy like you would not believe if you work in the kitchen quite a bit. And I'll leave a link down below on the specific salad spinner that I use. It's a really good one. So as you put the peppermint into the salad spinner, you have to distribute the weight quite evenly, just so it spins really well without wobbling too much. And this batch of peppermint actually fit my salad spinner perfectly. And then just put on the lid. You gotta make space for the top of the lid. It has this piece that kind of sticks out a bit to make it's the spinning mechanism. As you got that in, good to go. Here I have a better angle at what it looks like when you spin peppermint or lettuce or pretty much anything that fits inside this salad spinner. And then you just whip it from the top and it works like a charm. Makes a huge difference when you dry any type of leaves in these salad spinners, especially if you're making salads or just herbs and stuff. It makes a huge difference getting off the water weight, especially when you're making salads. If this video has brought value to you in any way, then hit that subscribe button. We got it all spinned out and pretty much dried, and now I'm placing it in a wooden box with some with like a brown paper bag underneath. So I'm just placing them in a spaced out manner just so they can dry quite equally. What works excellent if you do have is a dry screen. If you have a dry screen to dry pretty much anything like produce, herbs, some people dry meats and stuff. If you have a clean dry screen, drying herbs in the dry screen works like a charm. In this example, I'm just using a wooden box with a paper bag, and I'm gonna let it dry for about 2 weeks, and I'll show you the results when it's all finished. If you love fruits and you enjoy eating them all the time, then check out the links below in the description box on my recommended dehydrated fruits that are healthy for you. They're simple and they're delicious. This is 2 weeks later after harvesting the peppermint. Peppermint regrows super fast. So, once you just trim it down, within like 2 weeks, a month, they'll be back in full force, ready to harvest again. And here you go. About 2 weeks later and dried to perfection. It looks like it's much less than when it was fresh, you know, because of the water weight. Once it dries, like I was saying earlier, it'll come out to about maybe a quarter or even a third of what you originally had fresh. They're concentrated though, so remember that. If you like this video, check out this other video on where I harvest bananas. And I'll teach you tips and tricks on what to do with them and how to store them.